Woohoo! Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are watching WatchMojo's 10 simple mistakes that have led to huge disaster. Does anybody else ever have that where you think about a thing when you did? I don't even know where I was going with that. Let's just watch the video.
The rocket taken down by a hyphen.
Mariner was only seconds away from separating from the errant rocket when the range safety officer had no choice but to give the destruct command.
In space, numbers can be all that stand between triumph and disaster, between life and death. One error can have terrible consequences. In 1999, for example, NASA lost the Mars Climate Orbiter. Hundreds of millions of dollars and years of effort burned up in the Martian atmosphere because of a mix-up between imperial and metric units. But the most egregious mistake happened decades earlier. In 1962, the Mariner 1 rocket was destroyed just after takeoff thanks to a missing hyphen in the guidance software.
Don't you hate it when you have a missing hyphen in the guidance software? That happened to me actually literally 2 days ago. I was just doing my thing and I was like, I wonder if that's going to be an issue. I didn't think much of it, but it turned out, as this video shows, it clearly can be quite the issue. That's just a classic one though. That's a classic stitch up.
Tiny omissions scrambled the rocket's trajectory, forcing engineers to self-destruct it mid-flight. In space travel, the universe doesn't forgive sloppy math. Even a typo can prove disastrous.
That flight was probably the largest experience in growing up a young woman could have. I got through it, and I was very proud of myself for getting through it.
Why airplane windows are round.
During flight, the stress to the skin around the plane's windows and doors reaches 70% of
Carry on.
its total strength, 4 times greater than the rest of the aircraft's skin.
The next time you fly, look at the window. It's round.
One more. Hang on. Would you say bless you? Thank you.
For a tragic reason. In the 1950s, the de Havilland Comet became the world's first commercial jetliner. A revolution in travel, it was also a death trap. Engineers had designed the Comet with standard square windows. It never occurred to them that sharp corners create stress points in a pressurized cabin.
Really? Really, that never occurred to you? That's also just kind of common knowledge. It occurred to me every day. Looks like some people just aren't as smart as me, and that's okay. Not everyone can be, but you should be.
There is a massive tear in the aircraft's skin, 2 meters long and 1 meter deep.
Wouldn't have happened if I was
The
there.
tear follows the line of the plane's windows and doors.
In 1954, 2 Comet jets tore apart mid-air, killing everyone on board. The investigation changed aviation forever. Engineers learned that curves are safer than corners, distributing pressure evenly and preventing cracks from forming. It was a deadly lesson etched onto every cabin at 35,000 feet.
Was it a tragic accident? Or something more sinister?
The cascade of errors that made an army destroy itself. War is chaotic, but in 1788, the Austro-Hungarian army managed to defeat itself before the Ottomans even arrived. Near the town of Karanshabes, Hussar scouts set out to find the enemy. Instead, they found schnapps. In short order, half the army was drunk and fistfights broke out. Hundreds of drunken soldiers, speaking several different languages, started a chaotic melee. Someone foolishly yelled, "Turks!" spreading panic. Orders to halt were mistaken for Turkish.
I feel like there's some places where you don't want to just yell something. Like, for example, yelling like, bomb at the airport. We all know that's just silly. Yelling the enemy of the place, like of the people that you're about to fight in war, in a big crowd of drunk people that are ready to go fight these people in war, I feel like is not great because that will cause a mass panic. But that's just my opinion. Also, imagine being the other guys. Who are they fighting? The Turks, I'm assuming Turkish people. And they're just like, sorry guys, didn't mean to be late. Everyone's dead. Thank you for the assist there.
Commands, triggering a friendly fire massacre. A desperate artillery strike compounded the nightmare. Cavalry charged blind into their own ranks. By morning, thousands were dead or wounded, with nary an Ottoman in sight. Heinrich Albert's lost briefcase. Spies are supposed to keep secrets, but in 1915, German diplomat...
Wait, let me go back. Why can't we dress like this still? You know how much I would love to be able to walk around with a stick like this? Let me get my mouse on here. Look at this thing. Epic. Glasses, gas. Fedora, gas. Vest? Wow. I just walk around Madame, all day. That'd be so epic.
These are
Wow,
supposed
I'm gonna
to
bring that
keep
back.
Secrets. But in 1915, German diplomat
looks
Heinrich
scary.
Albert made a rookie mistake that changed history. Albert was riding New York's 6th Avenue elevated train when he accidentally left his briefcase behind. Inside were documents revealing Germany's secret sabotage operations and financial dealings in the U.S. The briefcase landed in the hands of U.S. counterintelligence and British propagandists.
Espionage,
Classic.
which could have given U.S. officials the inside intelligence they needed about the Deutschland's real mission, was a primitive, part-time pursuit.
They used it to turn American public opinion against Germany. It was one of the biggest intelligence leaks of World
think that
War
was a movie.
I, all because
I don't think
one
that's real.
spy forgot his bag.
While British intelligence listens at keyholes, our people are actually in the room.
Very clever.
The Novobodanivka explosion. It
Oh,
doesn't
the
take
Novobodanivka, a classic explosion from 2004. I was 1 year old when this happened, and I remember it like it was just yesterday.
Alice
So let's hear
to cause
about
a
it.
disaster. Sometimes
Just
a
for you
combination
guys.
of stupidity and laziness does the trick. In
Classic.
2004, Ukraine's Novobodanivka arms depot exploded. It was entirely avoidable. The site was packed with unstable Soviet-era munitions. In the
I think
wake
I've
of
actually
the
heard about
Cold
this.
War's end, proper procedure meant very little. The munitions were just lying there, baking in the May heat. According to some reports, smoking cigarettes near the ammunition may have caused the incident. That lazy
First of all, I feel like the biggest thing is don't leave something explosive out in the sun. I feel like that's just, like, genuinely, that's just common knowledge. Something flammable and highly explosive in heat that probably could combust. And then also to smoke cigarettes near it. It's like smoking when you're filling up your car at a servo. That's probably more safe, smoking when you're filling up your car at a servo. What?
mistake triggered a fire, setting off a chain of explosions that lasted for days. Thousands were evacuated as artillery shells rained down on nearby villages.
Oh my god, I thought that was a
The
spider on my
Defense Ministry
screen.
called
That
it an
scared the shit out of me.
accident. In
Carry on.
truth, It was negligence of the highest order. Titanic locker key.
Prices for Titanic artifacts have significantly increased in recent years. In 2013, a violin believed to have been played as the doomed vessel sank.
The Titanic departed Southampton with 2,224 souls aboard. Little did anybody know that a single forgotten key may have sealed their fate. David Blair, an officer originally assigned to the ship, was reassigned last minute. In the rush, he accidentally kept the key to a critical locker. Among its contents were
Why would you tell someone that you kept the key? I just throw the key out to sea somewhere else and say, oh no, I didn't lose the key. That must have been you. Because now everyone forever is going to think you just destroyed the Titanic and you're responsible for everything. You kind of fumbled that, buddy. Lose the key, plead ignorance.
ship's
That's what you should have done.
binoculars. Without them, the lookout crew
And I
had
don't
to
think
rely
he's
on
getting
the
that
naked eye to scan for
$104,000 for this.
danger. That tiny oversight had massive
Whose mustache was that? Why did we need to see the mustache?
The North Atlantic was extremely calm as they went into Suntown and into the night. That made it more difficult to find the iceberg. You can't see it.
The Titanic struck an iceberg and sank, killing over 1,500 people. Some historians argue that with binoculars, the iceberg might have been spotted in time. It was a simple human mistake. Who could have predicted history would be altered forever just because someone walked off with their keys?
Yes, what you see? Iceberg, right ahead! Thank you.
The U-boat
Iceberg! Thank you. Brother, a bit of urgency wouldn't go astray. Maybe it was his fault. Just throwing it out there, we blame the guy with the key, but it could have been the bloke who didn't seem too urgent about the whole iceberg thing. So, just putting it out there, maybe share the blame.
that gave away Nazi codes.
By capturing Enigma, we saved the war from being lost that summer, because we would have lost the war that summer. The losses were too great.
The smallest decisions can change the course of battle. For the crew of German U-boat U-1
That creaking is my chair. I'm not just farting constantly during this, by the way. It is my chair. See? Chair. Chair. Not Jack. Chair.
That decision was abandoning
My
ship
mom's
too
just
quickly.
texted me, hang on.
After a British attack, the U-110 crew believed their submarine
all
was
good.
about to sink. They evacuated in a panic. Unfortunately for them, in their rush, they left behind something critical, their Enigma machine and code books.
Oh, you never forget your Enigma machine. I always say that. When you're leaving your house, phone, keys, wallet, Enigma machine. I can't even pity for you, mate, because it's just your fault.
Hirsch, we got it.
Maybe they thought it would go down with the ship and didn't bother. Maybe they forgot it altogether in their fear of the crushing depths. Either way, they were wrong. The sub didn't sink right away. The British had enough time to board her and capture Enigma. That one mistake blew open Nazi naval
Game's a game.
secrets. Allied codebreakers cracked Enigma, tipping the balance of the war.
I had to holster my revolver and go down this vertical ladder about 15 feet, wondering if there was somebody down below who would have certainly shot me if I'd arrived.
Hannibal's Alpine Gamble.
Hannibal recruits a massive barbarian army to execute an audacious strategy. An
Love the History Channel.
attack through the Alps.
It was one of history's boldest moves, and a fatal long-term miscalculation. Hannibal led his army and war elephants across the Alps to invade Rome. Up to half his army died from avalanches, frostbite, and exhaustion before ever setting foot in battle. Though he won victories in Italy, he lacked the strength to finish the war. One apocryphal legend tells of Hannibal striking the snow with his cane during a speech to his freezing, starving men.
To make it through, my men had to march without rest. If we stopped at all, we would die.
If I'm back there in the olden days and my leader is leading me through the big snowy cold freezing my balls off thing and we're all hungry and starving and he tries to give me a speech, I'm throwing my spear at him. I would probably get hung, but I'm throwing my spear at him because I would be so hangry and tired and I'm freezing in the snow and now he's trying to give me a morale boost even though he just fucked up. Okay, buddy, try that again.
Exposure and hunger ate through us.
The blow triggered an avalanche, burying half his army alive.
Why didn't they just get snowboards or skis and then like outrun the avalanches? And they also would have just gone so much faster downhill. You can get these things on your skis that are like these skins, so you can walk uphill and then ski downhill. I saw that on Outdoor Boys. They're called seal skins. Should have invested in that, Hannibal. Just saying.
It likely never happened, but it captures the truth of the moment. Hannibal's troops were broken. Their morale was crumbling, and Hannibal, unfamiliar with the mountains, missed one thing. Winter in the mountains is long and deadly.
The horses went mad with terror at the wild shouts which
These are the
echoed
horses.
and re-echoed ever more loudly from the forests and mountainsides, while chance blows and wounds so panicked them that they wrought havoc among the men.
Time zones and the Bay of Pigs.
Without air cover, the anti-Castro forces' ships are attacked, and the men are cut off from their supplies. The situation looks dire.
The Bay of Pigs invasion is remembered as one of America's greatest foreign policy blunders. But few realize a time zone mix-up made it worse. In 1961, the CIA-backed mission to overthrow Cuba's Fidel Castro relied on coordinated airstrikes to cripple Cuban defenses. Somewhere along the way, planners messed up the time zones. As a result, the bombing runs and ground invasion weren't synchronized, with some planes taking off late.
The first wave of bombers took off.
Honestly, fair enough. I had an exam on some maths when we had to calculate time zones, and that was really tricky. So I don't think you can really blame those guys, because I have gone through that firsthand, and it is actually a bit of a struggle. So let's just be a little bit lenient with the finger pointing here, guys, okay? Just give them benefit of the doubt.
2 days
It is
before
tricky.
the invasion was scheduled to begin. By late morning, bombs had fallen on 3 Cuban airfields.
By the time the exiled Cuban fighters hit the beaches, Castro's forces were ready and waiting. The invasion collapsed in 72 hours. The Bay of Pigs wasn't just doomed by bad strategy, it was also wrecked by bad clocks. In war, as in life, timing is everything.
The Cuban Missile Crisis was the closest the superpowers have ever come to nuclear war. Over the ensuing months and years, the key players have analyzed its causes and its course.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into translation may have
That
led
was
to
rude.
nuclear attack.
I was into the video and you ruined it.
If history has taught us anything, it's that words can be as dangerous as weapons. After Nazi Germany fell, the Allies demanded Japan's unconditional surrender. Japan's government replied with a single word, mokusatsu. The Allies interpreted it as treat with silent contempt. They saw it as a rejection of surrender. Days later, America dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
That's kind of crazy. Something so big just to be like, do you know what they said? No, I don't know what they said. Probably meant this though. Yeah, I reckon. Nuke. What? That's cooked.
Here's the rub. Mokusatsu has a second, less antagonizing meaning. It can also mean withhold comment or no comment yet. Some historians argue that Japan's leaders were stalling for time, not openly rejecting the Potsdam Declaration. Historians still debate the statement's true meaning, but at the very least, it's a reminder that one should always watch their words when it comes to diplomacy. Sometimes it's the little things that literally sink the ship.
決し生還を着せざる300万余の兵を持ち連合軍の上陸を許さぬ覚悟である必ずや勝利を導かん
What tiny mistake do you think changed history the most?
Probably when I was born and then every single person ever just became so madly in love with me and everyone thinks I'm the most awesome person in the world and everybody else is just so sad because they realize, wait, I'm not Jack and I'm never going to be like Jack and Jack's just so awesome. If I had to guess. I'm just kidding. Everyone here is amazing. You are all so awesome. Love you all so much. But that's the video. The video is done. Nice, short and sharp. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to come back with another YouTube video soon. I've got one recorded. I just don't know if I'm ever going to post it because it's BuzzFeed quizzes and the answers sucked. Well, they didn't suck, but that's just not what I wanted. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in the next one. Peace and love, homies.